Well, hey guys. I guess F1 also opens up Microsoft Edge for some reason. So there you go. There's a blooper. Did two trips, right? Went back to the security blanket. And then immediately on this week had some shit go down, and I'm over the summer and I'm ready for winter. And I'm ready to deal with winter for at least 4 months based of the last week. So ran pretty hard this week, and obviously I'm sitting at home. Am I just on a trip going through the house, or what? I guess you guys will find out. Uh, ran pretty hard. Did about, let's see. So I don't have my handy dandy notebook. I do have the company no uh, management system, so I can't have that on screen because there's some information I don't want anybody else seeing. But I can give you pretty much really close ballparks, meaning like I'm not gonna do the exact math on some things. Like I'm not gonna tell you rate per mile. I'm gonna tell you the empty miles, loaded miles, pretty much everything else but the rate per mile. So first trip, right? Picked up in Kelowna, Iowa, 211-mile deadhead. Now this was two partials. I took a gamble on this load. I made a bet on this load, didn't pay off at the end. If it would have been great. Either way, it was still a good load. Just not as much rate per mile, but it was a light load. So it's two partials, and no joke, I've never had this happen. They were right next to each other. Like, and here's one building, one pickup. I would take a right, take a immediate right. No, literally just on the other side of the building, and there's the other one. They're like this, right next to each other. So two pickups. First one was at Farmer's Hen House in Kelowna, Iowa. Not a bad load, not a bad load at all. Amish paradise, you know. Second pickup was Kelowna Organics, and like it's Kelowna, it's pretty much what is that town? Iowa City? Sounds right. Is it Des Moines? I think it's Iowa City. Might be Davenport. It's one of those two. Either way, it's a small town. It's like 20 minutes outside of town. It's like it's pretend rural. Because when I say that, I mean you're 20 minutes from a major city, like of the area. It's just out in the farm part, so it looks like it's out there. But this load was, I think, 25,000 pounds total. 20,000 pounds. It was really really light. But it was going to Ridgefield, Washington. So I had this only took up like 20 feet of trailer. It was like 9 pallets, right? I don't think it even took up 20 feet. I think it was like actually less than that. Uh, but honestly, I bet on this, thinking I could find something along the way, because this load paid 31.50, so my cut was 27.72. I tried getting something, and there's Alexa being retarded. Uh, it didn't happen. It was also delivered on the 9th at 2300, which was Monday. So, you know, it wasn't bad. 2300 parts sucked, but whatever. You want to unify, right? I really wish I could have found something for this, because this could have turned into an alright load. It's very profitable, this, to a banger of a load, right? If I get like another $1,000 in this, especially when the loaded miles are only 1917, right? So if I can get like another partial too, and there's potential. Let's say I went through like Omaha, went through. Well, I didn't go through Salt Lake City, but I skirted it. I would have easily went down there. I went to the house, spent like 23 hours at home on this load. So, uh, then I had like Twin Falls. I could, I wanted to find them. It just didn't happen. So I'm not gonna fault myself for this load. It was the potential of what could have been, right? Alright, get on the second load. Well, okay, time out. That load though, going west, I sat through it. Like I said, I went through the house, 23 hours at home. Not a damn thing happened with the trailer. Not a hiccup, nothing. Get out to the trailer, you know, like the next day go to do my pre-trip, walk around. Not a damn thing going on. Nothing on the back of the truck. Nothing underneath the truck. Nothing wrong. Pre-trip truck passed. Right. Gets like 7 hours away. Reefer runs a little hard, stalls. It's not unusual. Huh. It's not unusual. Sorry, I got a message. Uh, especially in the summertime, right? Like the onion load I did like last June. Picked it up in I don't remember somewhere southern New Mexico. Oh, I think it was outside Deming, but it was hot, right? And the loaded onions hot, so the reefer stalled 4 times before we got over a state and a half, right? It's not unusual. Doesn't mean anything's wrong. The reefer shouldn't have stalled, but carriers they tend to lug down them when they lug. They sound like they're gonna die, and especially if the product's loaded warm. The carriers aren't. It's not enough for carriers to stall out. And there was no codes. Like when it stalled, it just said engine stalled. That's it. There was no codes, nothing. And then fire it up. I forced it to do a defrost. Fired it right up. Nothing else happened. Went on my merry way. Right. Ah. Slept in on this. Let's see. I slept in. Where did I sleep? Jerome, Mr. Gas. Love that place. Woke up though to 06 like 0620 to being shaken a little bit more harder than usual and reefer running pretty hard. And I was like, okay. But it felt like I was being rocked by some wind, and it was raining that night before, so it was like I thought it was maybe still storm that was blowing in, and also well I was kind of tired, so I didn't get out of bed. My fault, but I mean within 10 minutes, the reefer was kind of back to just being normal. I didn't think anything of it. So I got outside the truck to take trash. Yeah, I walked around. That's when I found oil in the catwalk. And I mean, I could tell before I even got to side back there, just walking to the truck that something was up, because I could see on the Volvo, I had the steps. I could see the oil running down, and I was like, this is not good, not good. I was estimating about a gallon and a half of oil. I was close. About 2 gallons of oil was on the catwalk, underneath the back of the truck. And so you guys obviously know where I'm at based on the picture, right? What had happened, based off what the mechanic could tell, is the filters must have not been changed in 2 years, and eventually it just kind of disintegrated. Started just got too plugged up. The oil filters gave out pretty much. Got too plugged up, and then just pretty much put a tiny hole in it from the pressure, and then was able to run fine. And was the weirdest thing. After it blew all that oil out, it ran just fine. It ran from Jerome, which is 2 hours away, to Nampa, to the truck stop, or not truck stop, the truck shop, which was Triple C, who I called them. They're like, yeah, we can get it in and run it out, because I told them it was loaded. I got some dairy, it's pretty sensitive, right? They're like, yeah, we can get it in and out. In case you guys are wondering, Triple C, I give them 5 stars, but they're also a trucking company, so they also understand too the situation I was in. The mechanic himself told me I had just cut in front of 2 different jobs he was getting ready to work on, so. And they did their best with just to rinse off the oil. They didn't have soap, so they tried. Didn't really work out so great. Still needs to wash. Reefer's been running fine since. They got a lot of people who saved some money. It's not what I would. What happened to the trailer was all the filters got replaced, but it did not get a full PM. It's not my doing. It's not what I would have chose, but I mean, at that point, it's no different than the mega companies at that point. So whatever, I'm just used to it. It's their trailer. I can just take care of it as best I can. But if it goes, it goes. All right. So next load, because it ran fine all the way at that point, right? Honestly, it didn't even sound any different after the filters got changed. It didn't even sound any different. It sounded just like it was. Next load, okay. This load was 257 miles away. Because this was I unloaded in Vancouver, and this was up in pretty much the border of Canada, right? I mean, this is Lyndon, Washington. I mean, you're up there. Now, loaded miles of 1948. This load, I could do this load again and again and again at this rate. Not the best rate, but because of the pickup, has overnight parking, They'll load you early, especially for a Lineage. They'll load you fucking early, even a full day early. And then the receiver, overnight parking, there's both ends. Receiver, overnight parking on the street, as long as you guys don't abuse it. And it's first come, first serve. Downside about the receivers, you gotta pretty much stand in a little fucking little wannabe office while they unload you, which means somebody fucks something up. Fucking drivers. Alright, so let's get into it. Like I said, Lineage Logistics, right? This load paid $41.50. My cut was $36.52. It's cranberries. This load has some drama on it. The Lineage one, it said a negative 10, zero, I mean. Broker originally told me negative 10, but then they called me when my driver was, my first driver, right? My first load, because I had two of these. My first driver was about 30 minutes away, getting a check in. That it needed to be around at 25 degrees per customer. And I was like, okay. Well, they made my driver change it 25 degrees. But when I got there, they made him put it 0. But when I got there, I fixed that. I told him the situation. I was like, here's proof. He's like, okay, you guys, it's on you guys. I was like, well, our ass is covered, right? Drivers, getting in a written form email, always cover your ass. So I told my driver, but always cover your ass. Just because somebody doesn't mean they'll fuck with you. It doesn't hurt to cover your ass. Especially as when you're paying for things. One claim is all it takes for me to fucking lose a full week's of earnings, pretty much. I mean the full amount, right? Like, let's say like this week, right? Which would be $7,300 gross, right? To the truck, right? That's before my cut, right? I could have lost this whole week, all $7,300 because of one claim. All right, so. Yeah, I got mine in the afternoon. This lot had to be run hard. I haven't run this fucking hard since I left JTT. 1,600 miles in 2 days? Yeah, that took a lot out of me. Because the first day I only did like 400 miles. A little tired, right? I didn't even do 400 miles. So it was like 330, something like that. I didn't even get to Spokane. I was tired. Because my 2,300 to pick or delivery right night before. And then I only got like 4 hours sleep, so it was fucking rough. And I mean, Seattle, they go from Vancouver up to Linden. It should have been like 4.5 hours, so it took 6 hours. 7 miles took 2 hours. I was a little annoyed. Alright, so it was 42.5 cranberries. It was heavy. They were giant wooden crates of cranberries. Easy on, easy off. Let's go on Ocean Spray and Wisconsin Rapids. I would do this. I like this load. Downside is this load's only till the end of the month. That's what sucks. I would gladly take this load. Now, granted, like I said before, if you want gross, you have to run the miles, right? Especially right now in the market. Am I going to hit 8K gross at running under 3,000, running 3,000 miles, 3,500 miles or less? No, it's not happening. Not in the current market. Like, I have a load right now I'm on. Okay, spoiler alert. Right now I'm on that. Yeah, I broke down on it. Now, granted, I got lucky. I was en route to go through the house. I was going to sleep at the house, and I broke down about 100 miles outside the house. I was able to limp it here. Because I had a D-rate pop up pretty much. But we'll get in that next week. Let's just say I ain't making shit for 2 weeks. Which is fine. I'll survive it. Not happy about it, but the fact that, because I'll give you a tease. A breakdown cost me $320. That's all it cost me. I had no help. There was no tow. Involved the dealership. Actually involved 2 shops. Involved my main shop, and then dealership, and it was like $317. Ponder that. So, like I said, it's been a week where I'm kind of over pretty much the last week. I'm over it, right? I'm over the summer already. Has been a great summer between June, losing all of June, and June was heavy produce season, and it was a good June. Like, if I was out here on the road in June, I would have made some money. And then fuck July and August. I mean, let's be honest, I haven't done shit this summer. Which, let's be honest too, last summer, it didn't really happen either. August where I made my money last summer, and I was in like 3 weeks. Bro, I'm trying my best to figure out this market, try to figure out how I can ride in it, but it seems like honestly I just need to stay up here in my region, run the miles. I don't run one for 4,000, 38 to 4,500 miles every week, but it seems like every time I leave, something happens. Something. Well, there's a load I'm on now. I'm so loaded with it, right? I broke down the house loaded with it. Which I won't get into details about it till next week, but because there won't be any load video next week. I had a load booked after the cranberries. Wow, let me put it this way. Yeah, sure. We'll put the load on hold for you guys. And this usually when a broker tells you this, they actually mean it. We'll put the load on hold for you guys while you go do the carrier packet. I mean, set yourselves out to run with us. Less than an hour later, this load picked up on Saturday, right? Like, so picked up. I unloaded Friday, or no. Was it Friday? I don't know. Whatever. There's at least a full day where if they needed to cover that load, they could have. I think I unloaded Thursday. I think is what it was. So this load picked up like Saturday at like 1100 a.m. Right, 1100, and he's like, sure, we'll put the load on hold for you guys. We do this carrier packet. 50 minutes later, I tell him, hey, we're done. We should be finished. I don't get a response in 20 minutes. I call him. Goes to voicemail. I call him like 15 minutes later. It rings. Goes to voicemail. So I call the main line, and that's what I'm told. Oh yeah, we gave that load away. And at this point too, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? And with this region, you cannot in this region. This is very important. You cannot book a load the same day you're empty. You need to book ahead, because if you book the same day, there's the shit loads, and there might be 1 or 2 loads that get posted like 4 times. Like there was one Scotland load got posted 4 times, another one got posted 2. 6 loads, but really it's just 2. And I took this load. It was also a gamble because of what it was setting me up for. If it happened, which it fucking didn't happen, whatever. But it was not going in the region. It was going down to California. But you'll find that out in a couple weeks. But anyways, like I said, I'm over summer. I'm ready for winter. It seems like I already have a couple carriers brokers already wanting me to run some of the freight during the winter. Like this cranberry guy. Yeah, they want me to run some freight of theirs in the winter. Hoping my potatoes happens again in the winter, but I won't know for a couple months. Either way, I know where I'm going to be staying. On top of that, I got to get my bunk heater fixed for the next couple weeks, which I'm pretty sure is a fuel pump, which, whatever, $100. Kind of put that off too long, though. And you guys are going to laugh so fucking hard, though, and hear why I broke down. It involved emissions. Now, with that said, it involved emissions. It was obviously $317. I'll let you guys put a guess in. But with that, I'm done. Yeah, there ain't much to say. But hey, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.